Okay, let's do this now. So, I was talking about vaccines on the last one, video 1. This time I'm going to be talking about abortion, but there is one little, topic that I want to drop in here real quick, or about the last topic, a little part of an article I want to drop in here real quick, and it's, by the Citizen Free Press, which you can follow them also on Twitter. As all these stupid social media things, but hey, it's what everybody uses,
Japan's
right?
health ministry.
Oops. Sorry. So this one is in regards to Japan. So the Japan Health Ministry issues vaccine heart warnings, which there's some of that going on many places, but essentially,
As the Moderna and Pfizer COVID-19
essentially calling it the clot shot, and it can be dangerous, especially for young men. So yeah, just know that you can look that up. I can't remember what the actual technical term is for it, but essentially it's causing blood clots. And I mean, if you just look the stuff up, just don't listen to the fact checkers. I mean, literally, they've got to be some of the lowest of the low right there. They essentially play on our good intentions and use it against us in the long run. So thank you for being just super friggin' evil. All right, now moving on to the abortion thing. Okay, so I want to try to keep this one short because I know how people are, but you know, you got to hear this because this is just sad. And it's essentially that they are keeping you uneducated. They're keeping us stupid and ignorant to everything because that's how they get away with it. Our school systems have declined so much. We literally learn zero life skills anymore when it comes to education of our public schools, especially. Even the private schools are not nearly what they used to be. But there is no, like, you're not learning, you know, wood shop or learning anything in agriculture or any of that. You know, if you do, you have to go to college for that. And that's just ridiculous. So personally, what I would really like to do is I would like to incorporate, so you know how like they have English class, gosh, I'm getting off subject, aren't I? Anyways, what's new? So I would like to incorporate, for instance, like things like, so if I was going to do this for my kid, right, I would have him, so there's a couple different things, like, but I would have him do projects, and then I would have him write about those projects, explain those projects to me in a written form. And essentially what that would do is it not only would be teaching him how to do these things that the projects are on, so like, you know, building like a small construction, like for a book, like a little book house or whatever, like you see those book places that are just randomly on streets and they have books in them, and it's essentially take one, leave one, something like that. Or say a birdhouse or a potato gun, whatever it might be, even though that's a little bit of a different subject there, the potato gun. But point is it would teach him how things work. In addition, it would also teach math, and having him write about it would not just teach grammar skills and how to write pages and stuff like that, but it also teach him how to communicate with people by, you know, this is how you do it. This is, you know, directions and stuff like that. Anyways, several different things covered in one thing. And you know what? He's going to learn the most out of it because he's actually enjoying what he's doing. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So going on though, and in addition, you know, it's like there's like all these kids that are now being pulled out of these public schools and put into home studies, right? I'm sure that they're not pulling funding from these public schools. And do you know that public schools also make thousands upon thousands of dollars more a year than private do? And education is by far less, by far. It's pretty ridiculous. But anyways, okay, moving on this time. Sorry. So the abortion thing, okay? First of all, like I was saying, keeping us uneducated, right? So if like women just knew, even guys, like guys need to know this too. Girls have what is called a menstrual cycle, which we all know that, right? But did you know that during that whole, you know, whatever it is, 4 weeks up to like 35 days, it's anywhere between 28 and 35 days, the cycles are, though they can be less too. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you're going to die or anything's wrong with you at all. It's just we have different cycles. That's normal. But during those cycles, there is literally 24 hours, 48 tops, but very unlikely, that a woman can become pregnant. But instead of telling you that, they want to push IUDs. They want to put metals in your body, hormones in your body. And do they tell you what this stuff can cause? Do they tell you that it increases your risk for cancer? Along with not just that, but the water you drink every day, the food you choose to eat every day, even if you don't buy organic, like the pesticides that, I mean, listen, if pesticides are killing, bugs and stuff like that, it's also bad for you too. Okay, don't let them fool you. But because, like, for instance, like spiders, right? If it kills a spider, spiders have a way more advanced, like, cellular system or something than we do. So if it's killing them, you can best believe, you can trust that it's hurting you as well. So anyways, they want to keep you dumb. And you know what? Also, by you tracking your cycle that natural way, it doesn't make them any money. So, and if they tell you about that, you can track your cycle and you can, make sure that you're careful around your ovulation time, the egg drop time. Ovulation comes before the egg drop. It's like prepping your body for it, right? So there's all kinds of signs that tell you it's like right around the corner, the egg dropping, those 24 to 48 hours. Shoot, there's even like small cramping around that time. So you could literally feel it happen. My point is that why wouldn't they tell you, oh, avoid pregnancy? Or even for those women that want children out there, increase your odds, increase your chances of pregnancy by learning your cycle. And essentially, if you think about it, it's all because of money. They even push cesarean sections on women that don't need them because that's a surgery. That's a lot more money than just a natural birth. In fact, going into the hospital, you're more likely to have issues with birth than getting a midwife and doing it at home. Yeah, it's dirtier at the hospital, obviously. It's bewildering when you actually look into this stuff. Like, we're just stupid to it all because we just think it's normal. And, oh, well, that's what everybody else does, so why don't we do that? Yeah, I know. I mean, my mind has been blown more times than I can shake a stick at because I've been doing, I've always been into researching and stuff, but wow. The things that I've learned, like how just horrible everything is for us, essentially cancer causing, and do you know, and then how they also seed the clouds too to make it rain. I'm sure that's probably not great. And it's probably gonna mess up everything. That could be contributing, anyways, and don't let them fool you on climate change and global warming, which I noticed that they're also using the word climate change now, because climate change is normal. Global warming is not normal. However, we don't actually have global warming. At least that's a debate that has not yet been proven. Some believe it, some don't. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, go out and keep doing what you're doing. No. But the answer is not electric vehicles. Electric vehicles create more crap, let's just say that, than regular vehicles do. It takes more to even get those chargers out there, for instance, right? They got to burn coal because what's going to charge them? So, for instance, China's ramped up coal production. I think it's more than they've ever had before because they're getting all these electric vehicles out there now, right? Excuse me for one moment. Make it happen. That's your motivation for the day. Okay. So, going on. So yeah, what was I talking about there? I'm losing it here. Okay, so yeah, gosh, how did I forget that? I was like right there on it. So anyways, yeah, the global warming and, okay, so yeah, the cars and the coal, burning coal, to be able to charge these vehicles. Then in addition to that, you also have to think about, what's it called? You have to think about, the batteries. The batteries are lithium. Yeah. First of all, most of this stuff, other than Tesla actually keeps their stuff all in America, so they're good for them. But they did receive a ton of or tax dollars when they first opened up that, like, Pelosi and Feinstein pushed out there for them. But lithium batteries are not recyclable, and the people that are mining for them are slaves. It's slave labor. So, which also brings me to that a lot of the products that you find on the shelves here in America are slave labor products. You can make sure that they're not by, they'll usually have something that says it on there. Like, for instance, if you go to Costco, the Nestle cookie dough, right? It says on there, the chocolate was, can't remember the exact wording, but essentially that it's slave labor free. So you can make sure that you're not supporting slave labor very easily by just making sure your products are, like, made here in America, or, it has that listed on there. And I would highly recommend that you do not buy them if they're slave labor products, because that's just freaking wrong, and it encourages it. So anyways, we should be keeping all of our stuff, we should be making all of our stuff here. We shouldn't be sending our work overseas. The pipeline should be open, but instead we're going to kill jobs, and we're going to go ahead and, get oil out of our reserves. Yeah, let's do that. That's super smart. I can tell you really care about America. Thanks so much. Okay. So anyways, in addition to being able to track your cycle, the risks that become associated with getting an abortion. Okay. I believe I want to say it also increases your risk of cancer of some sort also. But anyways, abortion has a link to autism, and unconsented risk. So essentially, when you're getting an abortion, for any of you out there that have done it or are thinking about it or any of that, please do your research on it. Like, really, because they're not going to tell you. They just want the remains so they can sell it off and make money off of that baby. Or they, it's going to cause, well, they're probably going to do that too, but they also want your money just to get the abortion. Plus, it's going to cause, if you ever want children, it's going to cause, it's going to very much increase the risks for you later on and your baby. In fact, it's like 1 out of 54 or something these days that get autism or Down syndrome or something like that. But point is, to keep it short, you can look into this, and I really highly recommend you do, okay? Because it is not nothing, okay? In addition, for you people that are out there that are like, oh, abortion's not more, okay. First of all, a mother killing her unborn baby devalues human life on the highest level. Okay, I understand some of you out there, and if you don't have faith, and this is one of the reasons why they love taking God out of the picture, because if you don't have faith, then you don't trust in God to make sure that everything is going to be okay. Yeah, life is hard, but life is always hard. There's always lessons to be learned constantly. Blessings don't always come in a obvious form. Blessings can be something that happens to you that doesn't seem so good right then and there, but it actually leads to the best outcome it possibly could have been. And you don't notice that, though, or see it for a few months down the road at least. Even more, but if you're sitting there and you are so concerned with the now and what has happened now. You won't see the opportunities that tomorrow presents because you're still worried about yesterday. So, you know, that's when you don't have God, you're lost. You really are. And, you know, I respect everybody's beliefs, opinions, whatever, but they're yours, not mine. And so I don't appreciate people trying to push them on other people, like, you know, your beliefs or whatever. But the beliefs you have, at least be educated on them. At least know what you are talking about. I've seen these videos as well where this guy goes around and he shows these people that are like, oh, abortion, yeah. And then they see these videos, and these videos are not of women very far along, you know, maybe, you know, I think 10 weeks gestation or whatever, up to maybe 12, you know, or something like that. Even some probably longer, because I know some states allow even longer, which is just mind-boggling. But, you know, before I go on that, if you are going to do an abortion and you're tracking your cycle, then you will know immediately if you become pregnant. So, you know, even if you still would go out and get an abortion, at least learn to track your cycle so you can avoid it. And so you can take the abortion pill, not the surgery, at least, because you can find out before, you know, it goes too far. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too far into that, but just point being, it's good for you no matter what to know about your cycle. So please do it. And it's, all this stuff is so easy to look into. Okay. And you know, if you're using Google, switch your search engine at least over to Yahoo or Bing. And you can do that by going into your settings and then going under, to your internet. And then it'll have like the search default and stuff. Another good one is DuckDuckGo. And the reason I like them is because it keeps, like ads. It keeps it to a very minimum with ads and stuff like that, paid advertisers. So you're getting more information. Like when you're looking for something, say like, I'm looking for the best dehumidifier, right? They're going to show you all the paid advertisements first, the companies that have actually paid them to write these reviews. That's like that's like all over now. I mean, it's just insane. And if you're good at like being able to tell those, you know, it's a plus. Like which ones are fake and stuff like that. But you know, if you are using Google or something like that, like you're going to have to go through a couple different things to make sure that you find the right information, because there's a lot of crap out there these days. But point being, educate yourself, because they're betting on you not, and they're betting on your stupidity and ignorance to just follow like a blind sheep. Like blind sheep. Don't be the bad sheep. Okay, and don't follow a wolf in sheep's clothing. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut that there, because we don't need to go into all the sad stuff. Just know that what I've told you, you know, I'm telling you this for your own good, and I'm not trying to impose any opinion or belief on you. You have to live with the decisions you make. You have to live with the decisions you make today, tomorrow. So, whatever it is you do, make sure that you do it with the education, with the knowledge to make the right decision. Okay? All right, on to the next video. This was number 2. And we're going to talk about taxes. Oh, yes. Let me mention real quick before I stop this one here. So, they were taking funding. Hey, get down from there. You get down. Bad puppy. Shame. Okay, so they were taking funding essentially for like abortions, taking taxpayer dollars to pay for abortions. And but they didn't want it to be singled out. They were trying to lump it all in, essentially, so that way it was harder to track or not be tracked at all. Again, this is all about money. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll stop being so ridiculously trusting or subliminally, I don't know, you know, the subliminal message thing. Again, gonna put that in the link. You should totally watch it. But anyways, yeah. So tax dollars being used for just incredible progress into the... You're going to love this next video on taxes, by the way. Okay. God bless. Mwah. Love to all. See you in a sec.